Good evening, this is KiniNews and I'm your host Camelia. It's been less than a week since Anwar Ibrahim made history by being sworn in as Malaysia's 10th Prime Minister, and he doesn't appear to be wasting time in office. Today he delivered his maiden speech to PMO staff where he stressed the importance of embracing change. Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim has urged civil servants to embrace change in order for the country to return to its former glory. Anwar addressed members of the Prime Minister's office in a maiden speech this morning. He expressed hope for a new beginning.
Jadi saya nak beri jaminan saudara ya, bahawa sistem tunggak perkhidmatan itu kekal. Tapi dengan maksud ada minat untuk selalu mengangkat martabat insan, martabat perkhidmatan.
For such changes to take place, Anwar stressed that there must first be a change in leadership. However, he said reform would be impossible if the civil service is not with him. In addition, the Tambun MP stressed that there is no room for the country to continue allowing leakages and corruption in the government's procurement process.
Soal kelulusan tanpa tanda ini semua tak boleh lagi dah. Tidak boleh lagi negara ini terus dengan mengizinkan kebocoran, ketirisan dan rasuah. Tidak boleh lagi. Dan ini harus berlaku di semua peringkat. Maka untuk peringkat awal ini saya ingin mengajak saudara untuk sama-sama dalam pasukan ini. Mari kita bertekad untuk menyelamatkan negara kita, mengangkat semula.
Zahid Hamidi has explained why working with Anwar Ibrahim now is okay, but it wasn't okay before GE15. UMNO President Ahmad Zahid Hamidi said the party is not neglecting its principles by working with Pakatan Harapan in the unity government. According to Zahid, the political cooperation also will not erase UMNO's identity as a party that champions the cause of the Malays and Islam. In a statement, he said the rejection of any form of cooperation with PKR, DAP and Bersatu was in preparation to face GE15 and does not apply post-election. He added that the cooperation is also according to the decree by the Yang di-Pertuan Agong for a unity government to be formed. He was commenting on BN and Harapan working together in forming the Perak and Pahang state governments. Zahid said BN's cooperation with Harapan in Perak and Pahang mirrors the reality of the multiracial society and celebrates diversity, which is suitable with the state's demography. July State Assembly Person Wan Rosdi Wan Ismail was sworn in as the Pahang Menteri Besar yesterday. Zahid further dubbed the cooperation as a cleansing process crucial to clean all the dirt thrown at the party. In the spirit of the new unity government, Harapan will help BN in the Tioman state seat election. Amanah has decided to give way to the BN candidate in the Tioman state seat by-election in Pahang. The party said this decision was made in the spirit of the new unity government. The unity government sees an alliance between the Pakatan Harapan and BN coalitions. Amanah's Secretary General Hatta Ramli said the party sees the Tioman by-election as one of the new Pahang state government's clashes with race and religious extremist groups that need to be handled seriously. He said in that spirit, Amanah sees the need to create close ties within the state government's component parties in going up against the PN candidate. During the GE15 campaign, Harapan's Rafizi Ramli warned MACC Chief Azam Baki that Harapan will probe him if it forms the government. Now a PN leader is asking Anwar to assure civil servants there won't be a witch hunt. Bersatu Information Chief Wan Saiful Wanjan said Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim has failed to guarantee there will be no witch hunt against those accused of working against the administration. The Tasik Alugor MP also claimed PKR Deputy President Rafizi Ramli had threatened to target civil servants who were just doing their jobs. He said Rafizi had warned MACC Chief Azam Baki that a new Pakatan Harapan government will revive the probe on his alleged shareholding scandal. Wan Saiful said Anwar should have given an urgent reassurance that a vindictive attitude towards civil servants will not be rampant in Putrajaya. Rafizi, while on the GE15 campaign trail in Johor Bahru, had warned Azam after he claimed an MACC raid on his company Invoke Solutions was politically motivated. Wan Saiful also claimed that Rafizi is lobbying for the finance minister's post, while discussions are ongoing between Harapan, BN and GPS regarding the cabinet's formation. This morning, Anwar in his speech at the Prime Minister's office urged civil servants to embrace change in order for the country to return to its former glory.
Past President Abdul Hadi Awang is being investigated for criminal defamation and breaching the peace with his remark, accusing Anwar of being an Israeli agent. This comes after he told a press conference last night that he was willing to be probed.
Past President Abdul Hadi Awang has no issues with being probed by the police. This is after Pakatan Harapan leaders called on the police to investigate parties who issue slanderous or extreme remarks that could threaten the country's harmony. Speaking at a press conference last night, Hadi said those who wish to lodge a report should do so, and he is willing to go to Bukit Aman. Yesterday, PKR Information Chief Fahmi Fadzil revealed that Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim has instructed the police to take action against parties who make remarks that threaten the country's peace and harmony. There have been several reported instances of parties playing up racial and religious sentiments during campaigning for GE15. Yesterday, Hadi also accused DAP of promoting Islamophobia in the country. This came following police reports lodged by Harapan leaders and supporters against online hate, allegedly spread by past members and supporters during and after GE15.
A veteran journalist has reminded Anwar to not include Zahid Hamidi in the Harapan-led government, or he would be committing political suicide.
National Journalism Laureate A. Kadir Jassin has said Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim would be committing Harakiri if he selects UMNO President Ahmad Zahid Hamidi as Deputy Prime Minister. Kadir said even appointing Zahid to any position in the government would give a bad image to the government just as it begins to gain support from more parties. Kadir said if Anwar does this, he will be committing Harakiri. Kadir added that Anwar will lose support from his own supporters and make on-the-fence supporters stay away from him. Harakiri or seppuku is a form of ritual suicide by disembowelment practiced in ancient Japan. 6 days after Anwar took his oath of office as Prime Minister, many are waiting for the formation of a new cabinet after the end of GE15. Zahid is currently facing graft and abuse of power charges in court. Zahid was ordered to defend himself against 47 criminal charges of breach of trust, corruption and money laundering linked to tens of millions of ringgit in funds from Yayasan Akal Budi. In another case, he was acquitted of 40 corruption charges linked to the foreign visa system by the High Court in late September. The prosecution is appealing the decision and the Court of Appeal is scheduled to hear the case on January 10th.
Allegations that the government spent billions of ringgits off the books during COVID-19 are not true. According to Ismail Sabri Yaakob, here's more.
Former Prime Minister Ismail Sabri Yaakob has shot down an allegation that there was an unrecorded 620 billion ringgit in expenditure during the MCO and the emergency during the COVID-19 pandemic. The UMNO Vice President said all relevant government expenditure has been recorded in the government's financial statements. He denied claims that the stimulus package was not recorded in the government's accounts from 2020 to 2022. Ismail Sabri added that all relevant government expenditures have been recorded in the financial statements. He explained that of the total value of the 8 stimulus packages at 530 billion ringgit, most of which did not involve government spending such as banks' loan moratoriums. According to him further, the government's direct expenditure was only 110 billion ringgit and the allocation had already been unanimously approved by the parliament.
And that is all from me today. For more stories, you can go to KiniTV.com. You can also follow us on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook for the latest news updates. If you'd like to support independent media, do consider subscribing to MalaysiaKini.com. I'm Kimilia. Thanks for watching.